Hello everyone and welcome to my second episode. Today I'm gonna sketch sneakers inspired by Samus Aran's gravity boots. Samus Aran is the main character from Metroid, if you don't know the video game by Nintendo. Um, so yeah, I'm a really big fan of the franchise of that video game. So this is like my second attempt to sketch sneakers inspired by the video game, because my first attempt was not really successful because it came out really cartoony. So this time I'm gonna try make it more realistic as possible. Um, this time I really tried to stick with Sketchbook Pro. I did not want to change into Procreate because I really wanted to, first of all, I didn't want to pause the recording and switch over to Procreate, but I really wanted to, in a way, struggle to find my way how to use the brushes to make the shoes look more realistic. And not only realistic, but to make the textures look like shoes. Because Procreate has this really cool texture that looks like leather or shiny plastic, and it's pretty quick and very helpful, especially when for people who do shoe design, because it like instantly gives the object the texture a shoe has. So I really wanted to stick with Sketchbook Pro and try to figure it out on my own. Although they are a very futuristic kind of looking, I thought that it wouldn't be really wise to use leather texture and made it look more like a plastic, like a shiny plastic kind of texture, and make it look like Samus Aran's suit, because she has a armor. It's I think it's metallic, and it has some lime green elements. It has some orange elements. It depends on the suit that you have on, depending on the video game and depending on the progress of the game. Anyway, so I'm not a really big fan of shoe design. Although that doesn't mean anything, I have to uh, try to sketch and practice in any kind of object. But the more I sketch shoes, the more I do more shoe concept design, the more I like it, and the more I realize that there's a potential there, and there are no limits on what you want to create. Although it's a little bit more complicated on the physics of it and on the sizes, because you always have to think about the foot and how it works, and how sizes work and how materials work. Because think about it, if you make like a huge shoe made of very strange materials that you don't really see in shoe making, that shoe might cost like a lot of money to actually manufacture. But except from that, it was a very cool process. I really enjoyed it. I wish I could play more, because like I said, I didn't want to switch applications. I wanted to stay with Sketchbook Pro. But if I had the opportunity to go back and forth and throw some Photoshop as well, I'm pretty sure it would have a more realistic kind of look. But after all, I like the result because it gives it a more concept like result, a more like a sketchy result, a more playful, more cartoony result. And I didn't want to force it into looking more realistic and play more with the physics and the textures. I chose to make it look more like an anime, like a sketch. I try to implement as many elements of the gravity boots as possible. For example, I try to use rough corners and rough edges. Of course, I try to also apply some lime green there in the center, and just use some elements from Samus's armor, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, the last time I tried to do Metroid themed kind of shoes, it came out like a lot of like I put a lot of elements on the shoes, and it came out like choking with colors and details and lines, and I didn't really like it. I might show it at the end of the video just so you can see the difference. But after all, I really had fun. I really enjoyed making those. I might actually, like in the future, I might actually do a third try, and I might actually play more with different apps, and maybe combine all these recordings into one and show you the final result. I had some fun with the brushes as well. I tried to play with them a little bit and create my own kind of textures or play with them here and there. But like I said, if I had the ability to switch over in either Photoshop or Procreate, I would probably had a more unique kind of brushes. But anyway, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the result. Like I said, I didn't want to keep the realism like 100%. I wanted to keep it more like playful, kind of like a concept sketch result. So yeah, there it is. I hope you guys like it. So I'm gonna post the old one, the old result here. So there it is. As you can see, it was more like an experimentation session with brushes, and I had a more kind of painting like brushes. I didn't have a more sharp edges and better physics, but it was a fun thing to do. It was a fun concept to kind of play with. And like I said, you can tell that it has a lot of information on it, and but I'm pretty sure that if I will try to remake this and use less kind of details and less rough thick lines, it might actually look good. It might actually look like a cool pair of shoes. So there it is, guys. I hope you liked it. Subscribe the channel if you want to see more videos, if you like what you're watching, and leave any comments below if you want to. So thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to the next video. And you all take care of yourself, and don't forget to sketch. Bye.